I'm the same way. Don't put me in a high-end audience where there's microphones. Yeah. See what we did? We added foam up there. We added lights. We added, because I wanted to make this, we're going to bring singers here. So we just bring the microphone up here, and we can get 3 or 4 singers around here. So we're going to rock this place.
Wow.
We're going to have a lot of fun. So, Andrea Chapman, you and I are starting a very, very exciting and unique concept. I've sort of had a couple of magazine covers here. We are creating together, you and I, e-zine covers for people's businesses, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And what I really like about that is because they can last for years on your website. They can serve as your newsletter. They can serve as an e-zine cover, like a magazine e-zine on the internet. They can serve even as your front page on your website if you want that too, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah. And the kind of neat thing is for a business that has something like, seasonal stuff, like a fashion store or clothing store or anything that has seasonal things. Mm-hmm. Well, they can change that on their website for each season.
Yeah, so for the 4 seasons.
Yeah, because what happens a lot of times is people have a website and then it becomes almost stagnant because that's it. They don't, because probably in a lot of cases it's a lot of money to try and change the background.
Oh, sure it is.
Yeah. But if you can, knock something up, like, and just put it up, then, you do that in no time flat.
Yeah. And you're a graphic designer, right?
Yes.
You're not a graphic artist. There's a difference, isn't there?
Well, there is, but I actually am both.
Really?
Yes. A graphic artist, graphic designer. They're similar, just different names for them. Graphic artist would do the artwork. You would do fine art as well as art. And the graphic designer does the same. I mean, they're just really the same names for, or different names for the same thing. Mm-hmm. Graphic designer, of course, is going to be designing, logos and things like that. Sometimes an artist does not do those. They do the artwork, but they don't do the actual design work.
And you were really dedicated. You went to a school for 2 years, right?
Yeah.
To learn this craft.
Yeah, I went to it's University of the Fraser Valley now, but it was at University College of the Fraser Valley at the time.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you've got a lot of training and a lot of background in this. Mm-hmm. So now I'm curious. You and I talked last time about the logo and about the specific size and things that graphic artists and graphic designers will take a look at. And you will never, if I was just a casual observer, I would never know those things. So why hire a graphic designer over just a casual, somebody that likes to throw websites together?
Well, because graphic design is basically the balance of positive and negative space. So when when I mentioned to you yesterday about your logo in an email and how you were the X and how there's...
In eFlexonics?
Yeah, and there's more space on one side than the other. You probably never noticed that before.
No, I never noticed that before.
But that's what a graphic designer will do. We'll see that there's an imbalance of white space or negative space or positive space, depending on what it is, an imbalance. And they will balance it so that it's appealing to the eye. Visually appealing. It draws your eye in.
Really?
Yeah.
So are you familiar with the yin-yang symbol? Mm-hmm. From Kung Fu? Mm-hmm. It's exactly what that is. It's all about balance. White and black.
Yeah.
That's a wonderful synergy.
Yeah.
So when you and I are doing a special promotion, we haven't figured out the prices exactly, but it's going to be extremely approachable for small businesses to afford. So we've got a broadcast studio here. We've got a green screen here. We'll bring the client in and we'll take their picture with the green screen. We take the background out and then we bring in your background that you've designed for them using their ideas and concepts as well as your own, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, for example, if they've got a logo, if they've got some kind of a graphic that they love, they'll show it to you and say, okay, I can integrate that into the beautiful backgrounds. Now, you've sent me some work, and they are just absolutely stunning. They look exactly like a magazine cover.
Yeah, well, hopefully that's what they're supposed to. Yeah.
Yeah, but then you can put on that, the sublines, the headings, the information of what you want to see. It doesn't matter whether it's 2 pages or 45 pages in that. That's a beautiful way to present that information.
Mm-hmm. And when I had made those covers, if you're using that as a background, like for your website,
Yeah.
you could actually make those titles, of what's inside, an actual link to the article.
Yes, you're right.
So
So
you
it becomes an interactive document.
Yeah, you could actually make those a live link so that you can just click on them and go right to the article.
Do you know what this is? This is a very, very sophisticated landing page.
Mm-hmm.
It can also duplicate as a landing page.
Yeah.
Oh, this is tremendous. I'm really excited because you and I'll handle the green screen work, and I'll also give the clients a 30-second video of their elevator speech right here. I mean, the green screen's right there. It takes, 5, 10, 15 minutes to do the green screen work, and then it takes maybe 5 or 10 minutes to shoot a 30-second video for the client. So that's my part, and your part is to supply that beautiful magazine or e-zine cover with their suggested headlines of what they're going to talk about in either in their magazine or the newsletter or whatever. That's a brilliant idea because, when you send out a newsletter, say, for example, if we're designing a newsletter, when you send that out, you can have boring text on it, and it doesn't capture the imagination and doesn't capture the attention. But when you send out something that looks like a beautiful magazine, it's okay, beautiful magazine cover, that really, it's visually appealing to the eyes, and it's a lot easier to digest, to sell, to present and everything, isn't it?
Well, it is. I know because we're very visually oriented. I know that for me, when I look at something, if it's just a bunch of text, I mean, I love reading. I love books and I love reading, but you don't read as well online as you do in a book, from a book. You don't, and they've done studies on this, you just don't remember as much. It just doesn't seem to compute, and that's why they tell you to make it in small paragraphs, so that it's that balance, that resting space